I think that's what happened in a lot of these situations where things were stuck. That people just made small kind of shifts, right? Or, let's say, you remember Rosemary, the conflict avoider, right? She was underdoing confrontation. Or the lab director who was overdoing selflessness, right? And all we did was try to align what they were doing instead to what they needed in that situation. The lab director needed to get out of this lethargic state that she was in. So she made the small shifts to make that happen. Or remember the cybersecurity director, Joan. 98 projects, right? What could be a symbol of greater futility than how to get 98 projects done? But remember what she said. She said, I feel great after she got one done. That was just so striking to me. And what she, I think, felt at that moment was a sense of competence. For me, overload is not about the number of projects you have. It's about the sense of control. She had felt out of control. Now she felt like she was more in control. She could confront those other 97 projects. So all these people just decided to make a shift, to step up, to show up in some way. And it not only had an impact on each of them as a person, but it affected the people they worked with. It affected the organization. It had kind of the rippling effect that a small shift could have. So what I would like to suggest is that certainly for yourselves, there may be situations that you might just want to tweak, right? But think about your clients too. Like, how many of them feel powerless? How many of them feel out of control? How many of them feel the weight of the 98, right, on their shoulders? There might be a way that you could also frame their situations in the extremes and then have them work on a small shift that they could make. And my thought is that, as with these 50 clients, they don't need to catch the moon, they don't need to tame the raging sea.